Is that frogs? I think it might be frogs. Squidgy. Oh, there is a little pond down here that would seem to be ideal for frogs. Cool. I don't think I've ever seen frogs in the wild. Huh. And this morning, for my coffee, I have the luxury of an electronic kettle. Yes. Now, to some of my international audience, whose power supplies operate off 120 volts. Hi, Americans, Canadians as well. You're probably not too familiar with these. That's just an electric kettle. Like, that's how we boil water in Australia. And most places with 240 volt electricity with enough grunt to boil water quickly and efficiently using electricity. That's why we're better than you. And a few other reasons. I didn't look at the news this morning. I just spotted that. I used to have one of these. This is not a coffee grinder. This is for heating up your milk. I'm not sure I would trust a communal milk heater that hasn't been cleaned in, I'm going to go on 6 months. Just leave that there. Don't have any milk anyway. Even forgot my bloody sweetener, for crying out loud. Again. For our reading pleasure, a selection of books, several of which seem to be from someone called Dick Francis. There's lots of Dick Francis's. And a July 2002 issue of Caravan World. I'm sure full of the freshest information and reviews of caravan lifestyle products. Good. At least the newspaper they have is only a few weeks old. I'm betting that's just there for kindling. Not as cold this morning as it was yesterday, but still pretty chilly. Pocket spoon. I suppose you want to hear about a plan for today. I don't have one. I seriously do not have one. There's still those remaining items on the to-do list of getting a better mount for the GoPro at the front of the car for the driving, footage. And there's the back window curtain/cover issue that's been frustrating me. But also, I just want to do something interesting today, rather than just tedious. So, I might Google for a tourist attraction. Maybe even bust out the real camera for once. Because everything you've seen so far on all of these vlogs has been 100% iPhone. No support gear, except for a tripod and a couple of shots. Where I was making my meal or something. But it's just been pure iPhone. But, maybe I'll try and get a fancy tourist shot today. Maybe that should be the plan. Something for me to engage my creative brain rather than just survive. Because I'm still pretty... Yesterday wasn't too bad. Today, it's a slow start today. I wonder how close I am to the coast. Because everything I've done so far has been inland. Since leaving Sydney, all I've done is go further and further inland. And then sort of south, but still quite inland. So the only water I've seen is like rivers and ponds and shit. I see a wallaby over there. Wallaby, maximum zoom. Well, that's annoying. I have an internet connection. The web works. Blue Sky works. Discord works. Google Maps is refusing to load anything right now. Awesome. Yep, not just me. The Google Maps app server is down. Hopefully it comes back up soon, because I don't know where I am. Knowing where you are is the first step to knowing where you need to be. I might rely on the GPS too much. I should get some paper maps. Did you Zoomers and Alphas know that maps used to come on paper? But paper is this stuff that we used to mash up trees and spread out real thin and write stuff on. We used to make maps out of that, amongst other things. And again, it has been a good 3 decades since I've had to read a paper map to navigate properly. Guess I should shut up now. Not so much a smart ass at the moment, am I? That one wasn't a wallaby. That one was a kangaroo. Eastern grey kangaroo, unless I'm mistaken. I'm not a nature documentarian, but I'm pretty sure that was an eastern grey. And the younger ones do look a little bit more like wallabies. So I might have seen a juvenile earlier and thought it was a wallaby, but it was actually just a little version of that guy. Okay, Google Maps has come back up. Hooray. And I found a plan. About 2.5 hours drive away, depending on conditions. I'm going to take you to one of Australia's great natural wonders. I'm not a big fan of the name of the place, but I've always wanted to see it with my own eyes. So that's what we're doing today. There's a little township or shire or something about halfway through the drive, about an hour in. I'll stop there and find a supermarket and get some of those egg and bacon rolls that I love so much, I think, and have a decent breakfast, not just more fast food, or not just waiting till noon and I'm starving to death and then have fast food. Let's see if I can treat my body a little bit better. I mean, cheese and bacon bread rolls are not exactly the healthiest food, but they are quite energy dense and very affordable. So, might even treat myself something nice to drink as well. Soda of some kind. Soft drink, as we'd call it here in Australia. Or pop, as you call it in some places. Or, if you've been online at all in the last, what are we going to say, 2 or 3 months already? Soda Pop. Yes, I love the movie. No, I can't get the bloody songs out of my head. For the last 10 days of driving, golden, just on repeat up here. It's a good movie though. Oh, so well animated. And the songs are really good. And I appreciate that it's introducing a lot of people to K-pop as well, who wouldn't ordinarily listen to it. I haven't habitually listened to K-pop or J-pop, or, I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I do frequently listen to just rando K-pop and J-pop stuff, because it's so upbeat and energetic. It can help lift the mood sometimes. Not when you're in a clinical depression, but if you're having a bit of an ordinary day, a little bit of K-pop on there, it's all bubbly and hoppy and poppy, and it's fun. Good movie though. Like, if you haven't watched it because you're not a big fan of like animated movies, or you think it's for girls, or you don't like musicals, or you don't think you like pop music or K-pop in particular, shrug that off. Just watch it. There are TikTok is filled with people who you wouldn't think would be the audience for K-pop Demon Hunters, expressing their love for it and reenacting their first blind viewing and stuff like that. It's all fake and bullshit because it's TikTok, but the spirit is there. Let's see how easily this curtain now comes down. Ah, crap. Both sides of the Velcro are coming off. Damn it! Yeah, it's this plastic here. It's stuck right to the ceiling part. This plastic here is just impervious to adhesive. Someone suggested that it might be that when this car was last detailed, they cleaned it with some sort of spray that has a protective silicone in it. And that certainly makes sense why nothing's bloody sticking to it. Bloody annoying though. that solution was, yeah, come off the other side too. All right, super glue. Let's see how you do with super glue. First time I've actually seen these in person. They're quite large. Quieter than I was led to believe as well. Like the people that complained about these things complain about the noise of the generator up there. I can clearly hear all kinds of bird life over it. Plus they don't tend to put these on top of people's houses. I can't even see it roofed up from where I am. Kind of cool. Looks like this one is either about to have a repair or maintenance, or just had a repair or maintenance, because down on the ground here is one of the turbine blades. God, it looks even bigger on the ground, doesn't it? That's huge. That's a long bitch. Alright, just popped into the supermarket there. Got some fresh supplies, including my cheese and bacon rolls. You know what's weird about that place though? That is the first Woolies supermarket I've been inside in over a decade, I would have to say, that did not have a self-checkout. That's how far in the boondocks we are. They don't have self-checkouts here. I had to interact with a cashier for the first time in, well, more than a decade. It was weird. Cheese and bacon rolls. And a liquid treat. Solo. Awesome. Bloody snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? So that was the 12 Apostles. Pretty cool. Been wanting to see those for a long time. Funny thing is, nobody uses real cameras anymore. There was one other guy there with an actual real camera, had a tripod and everything, doing things serious. Everybody else was shooting on their phones or those, DJI Osmo little gimbal cameras and stuff. And funny thing is, when you are in a situation like that and you are shooting with a real camera and you do have a little bit of experience with photography and framing and composition, I'm a bit rusty, so I don't know how good my shots turn out, but when that does happen and you got a bunch of tourists shooting with their phones, I'm sort of leaning out over things and trying to get under things and, through little gaps and, getting myself into awkward positions, trying to get the composition I'm after. And every time I do that, I walk away, and I just take a sneaky little look back, and I guarantee you there is someone trying to get down to that same location to try to see what I saw and get the shot that they think is a professional shot. It's adorable. Hope they learned something. Oh boy, howdy though. I'll tell you, that wind is no joke. It's slightly windy. I'm tired from just standing up in it. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but I was fighting to keep my camera steady, especially the iPhone, because, big flat surface in your hands there. Just trying to hold it, even with my, elbows tucked in and everything, proper technique to try and stabilize the camera. It was just whipping the camera around. I reckon the internal stabilization would have done some good for me there. But yeah, it was kind of hilarious, just fighting the iPhone just to try and get a stable shot. That was good though. Like I said, that's been on my to-do list for a very, very long time. I didn't think I'd ever get out this way, because why would I come this way? But yeah, pretty cool. I love big geological formations. They're just kind of cool, both in how they look and how dramatic they are, especially in the sea. And the geology of how they're formed, I find really, really interesting. Not everyone will. I do. And many autistics will, because rocks are cool. Geology is cool. Right, my fellow neurodivergents? Rocks are cool. I will say, though, I'm pretty disappointed that the Gibson Steps were closed. They lead right down to the beach, so you can get sort of ground, sea level view of a couple of the rock formations, and it looks really dramatic in the other shots I've seen. I wanted to get my own shots, but well, there goes that plan. Apparently there was some rock fall recently, so it's not safe. They don't know, they got to get in there and check it out and clear away whatever rocks might have fallen on the path and make sure no more rocks are going to fall on tourists and this stuff like that. So, oh well, can't win them all. It's just yesterday's red stapler all over again. Just little disappointments. Just teeny little disappointments. Sod's law is what it is. Oh well. Here's someone else's shot that I found on Google, I guess. See? Cool, right? Oh, found a holiday park, caravan park, whatever. Had a couple of false starts getting my little spot. First one was supposed to be on the other side of the caravan, but the power for it is right here. I do not have a long enough power cord to go from there around past the caravan and into that spot. Also, that spot had a nasty little divot, so then I tried another spot over here, and yeah, it was just not quite level for the van, and again had trouble running the power. Eventually moved over to a spot, tight little spot, even nice and close to the toilets, and just run the power straight in through the window there. And I know I still don't have one of the nice orange extension cords that I should be using, but that'll be fine. There's no way for water to drip anywhere but the lowest point there. It's not going to get in, not going to be a bother. But now I can charge my stuff and edit my videos and maybe even fall asleep watching some videos. Just set up the van, put up the curtains and moved the stuff off the bed, and just collapsed. All of my get up and go got up and went. I'm exhausted. But I do have a powered site, which means I can plug in the laptop and just watch some shows or something, just to chill out. So that's what I'm going to do. Probably edit the video first, just to make sure that gets done, because otherwise I'll just drift off. Yeah, I think I need to get some of my camera gear and mount some positions for lights and stuff, so I can actually record inside the van in better quality than this, for when I need to, when the weather outside isn't cooperating. Would be nice just to be able to turn on a couple of lights in here. You know what? I'm just going to sign off. I'm tired. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for doing the thumbs up, the likes, the comments, and extra special thank you, as per usual, to those of you who got above and beyond and supported rather more directly with the PayPal link, with the Patreon, with the Super Chats. I really, really, really do appreciate that. I better sit upright and start on the video, otherwise I am going to just drift off. Booped. Booped. It was a lot of driving, you know, though. It's like 5-6 hours driving all up, something like that.